be calling you a radical. Stock market makes all-time highs. Pacific Ocean dies. Yay, yay, fucking mission accomplished, mission accomplished, mission accomplished, mission accomplished. So I've been hesitant to talk about this because anytime I say anything, fucking Google's after me so viciously, it's unbelievable. They don't anybody else. I mean, well, because I did The Unforgiven. What's The Unforgiven? Took on the nuclear energy crime syndicate. The greatest PhD, the greatest event in human history, the Fukushima nuclear energy meltdowns. But the sheep, everybody needs to come to the conclusion and understand the American sheep shit show has absolutely no interest in truth or reality. The whole country's a fucking insane asylum living in a fucking fairy tale fantasy. Because it's weaklings and cowards. That's not what I can do for my country. Ask when I can loot for my country. So drones, drones, drones. So, I don't do opinion. Rarely. I mean, when Fukushima happened, I knew there were meltdowns. I knew they couldn't handle an 8 on the Richter, let alone a 9. I knew this was the greatest event in fucking human history, which all my work has proven out. I mean, I've done the tideful work, the well fucking starvation work, the washed up dead fucking beers, the seals, the sea lions, the salmon work. I've proven it, unarguably proven it. And everybody can go into denial about it. But the drone situation, that's what I'll tag this. So, what I think the drone situation is now, you do know about RAD-Net. If you don't know about RAD-Net, Google it. So RAD-Net was really developed, well, it's been around for decades, but post 9/11 to sniff out, supposedly dirty bombs or a nuclear meltdown or, that's what it was sold to the American populace. Now, RAD-Net went digital like everything else, went online, but they're actually physical dishes. And the dishes all over the United States. They're everywhere. And you can physically go online and you can watch radiation levels. Now, you do know that on March 2011, Obama ordered RAD-Net to be taken offline. Gina McCarthy, who was head of RAD-Net, was such a good soldier. She was made head of the EPA, and then she was going to be the new sliding with the worst, well, how horrible has that dude been? Slide with old man Biden. The worst president in U.S. history is Obama. There's no fucking doubt. Bush and Cheney, we knew what those monsters were. The genocidal maniacs that they were. But, the referendum, the rejection where we had a chance was 2008 because you had this guy who claimed to be he had a Nobel Prize for peace, who voted against both wars, who he's going to fix this, go after the war mongers, that was our chance. One of the greatest landslide elections in fucking United States history. He had a 64, what did he do with it? He perpetuated the war. Fuck, the guy's the greatest con man ever. So, betrayal. Betrayal's the evil of the evil. He betrayed us. So did Biden. So did Trump. But this whole thing, so the drone situation, the proof is really at Pendleton yesterday. All over Southern California media, I do all that work at Pendleton. I was literally conceived there on the beach, free. They're not going to let fucking drones fly over Camp Pendleton. You ever drove to the gate? Oh boy, security's beyond intense there, especially post 9/11. Drones being reported all over the media, flying all over San Diego, and Camp Pendleton made a statement. The Marine Corps made a statement. Nothing to worry about. No biggie. They're not letting drones fly over fucking Camp Pendleton, I'm here to tell you, unless they're their drones. So what do I believe it is? I believe that they're taking RAD-Net and they're moving it from hard dishes to drones. I think the radiation sniffers. Now, we use radiation sniffers, as you know, big time. We use helicopters. We got new ones right now. We used the sniffer plane, which was flown in on Trump's first inauguration. Remember, it was flown in because there were rumors that Putin had popped one off up there on the White Sea. The 8/8 2019 nuclear disaster had on the SMR. What's that? We fly it in, blah, 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 blah. That's what I believe that it is. It's obvious that it's the government. It's, the government. And we lost track of the government. The government, so-called politicians, the voting populace, gone, over, hasta la vista. Vote this. I mean, this whole madness started here when Roger Ailes declared that Bush had won. Remember the Supreme Court? How many votes take to be president of the United States? 6. 5 Supreme Court districts. They never ruled that Bush won. They ruled that there was no time to count. That's when the whole thing ended. And then, of course, 9/11 happens, and we handed over what civil liberties we handed them over. Willfully. Go off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban, go off to Iraq when they were all Saudis. But the Patriot Act. Now, remember Obama. Do you know what a pocket veto is? What's a pocket veto? Pocket veto means a law or a bill that's supposedly put in temporary just expires on its own. Patriot Act was going to end. Obama just had to pocket veto it. I mean, just let it expire. But he didn't, did he? No, he re-upped it. So the subordinate state, we, by law, legally, because Congress, the bootlickers that they are, passed it. We have no civil liberties. The United States is not a democracy, never was. It's a republic with a constitution. What happened? They shredded the Constitution post 9/11. We live in a fucking police surveillance fucking imperialist state that's been taken over by a small group of fucking imperialists. I mean, they got control of the fucking country. If you haven't seen what's going on in the Middle East of Eden, I wonder who's running the show. So the drone situation, when they're flying over the United States military, this isn't just some fucking random military base. This is fucking Camp Pendleton. This is fucking the 1st Division, the 2nd Division Marines, you know. This is it. No, it's all good. So they all know. The people that run the country know. Now, our only hope to break this imperialist fucking stronghold, you know, I promoted the anti-imperialist fucking movement for decades. You know, I started the Million Mass March. You know, I was heavily involved with Occupy. You know, Fukushima is the top of the fucking heap. That's our only hope, is inside the United States military. That's because they've gotten so bloated and so big that the head of the military, inside the military, is just fucking nuts. So Congress, and one day you're going to wake up and realize Trump's very different than you think. Very different. Now, I used to listen to Trump speak fucking all the time in New York when he would just post 9/11, we just go off on the Saudis. Just go off. What are we going to Iraq and Afghanistan? These are Saudis, they're Saudis, they're Saudis, you know, rightfully so. Then he gets a bed of Saudis. So Trump this morning come out and said that he wants to get rid of the debt ceiling. Now, isn't that a Democrat thing? Remember when the GOP used to be fiscally responsible? Now the GOP's tax the future, give to my friends. You know, Elon Musk basically took over NASA, which more pork flows to NASA than anything except for, I mean, what do we get out of NASA? Those fucking, we're going to the moon. That was in 1969. It's just a big loot job. He basically took it over. It's like he did Tesla. Where'd he get all that old world money? Same place Bezos. Where'd he get Los Alamos? Look who his grandfather is. I mean, it's old world money. The same old imperialists. They laid in the grass, changed their fucking names, and hid for a couple generations. It's back. What happened in fucking Europe is happening here. The same clan. Not my words, Bernie Sanders' fucking words. Not my words, Albert Einstein's words. Not my words, Louis Strauss's fucking words. All. They were all right. They all fucking predicted every fucking bit of this. All three of them. So think about Congress. I want you to think about Congress. We have the most expensive election in history this last election. Billions and billions and billions spent. Now, Congress makes law. Presidents have very little fucking power. They really do. So Congress, it was 121 to 114. There's, 435 members of Congress. And they're morons, by the way. I've dealt with them. I remember I just recently asked my congressman about, well, what about Price Anderson? I can't believe you guys advanced that this summer, the Advanced Nuclear Act. You know what he said right to my face? What's Price Anderson? I says, you voted for it. They don't know what they voted for. So, Trump says get rid of the debt ceiling. Tax the future. This whole entire economy post-2000 is nothing but based on debt. Really out of control. We pay a fucking interest rate on that fucking debt, and then it's just flowing it out and giving it to an imperialist. You know, these bills. So we have this most expensive election in history, and we go from 121 to 114. The so-called red pill, left pill were the same pill, was up by a touchdown. I want you to look it up. After all this, the shake, everybody's sick of Congress. They hate Congress. You know, fucking 8% approval, blah, blah. Of course they're going to vote them all out. What? What's Congress now? 220 to 115. It changed by one fucking vote? No. Think about some of these morons that are in Congress. And I mean fucking morons. They don't write the fucking bills. Who writes the bills? These super PACs. These fucking lobbyists that are fucking these imperialists. Like the Advanced Nuclear Act that just floods billions and billions of pork and advances price and Bill Gates has founded. These small group of imperialists have gotten so big they become the government. The government has totally lost control. Totally lost control. Politicians have no control. Totally lost control. This country is being run by a fucking small group of imperialists. And that's not my words. Edward Snowjob. Snowjob on 60 Minutes. Who self-proclaimed greatest hacker, was really a troll to kill Anonymous, and he did it. Why would he hand the chip to Glenn Greenwald, Fox News contributor, one by Jetstream, two by cable TV? Laura, the MIT Media Endowment, where Aaron Swartz and MIT was downloading the server. By the way, I've held that server in my hand. His friend tried to give it to me. The deciphered one. I'm like, whoa, no. You think I'm getting on an airplane with that? They'll put me under the prison. So that's why my view count's so low, because I'm effective. The activist that wins. Because Fukushima, nothing else matters. So the drone situation. What do I think? Well, it's obviously the government. Well, what is the government anymore? The imperialists have something going on. Fuck with. Now, I haven't seen a lot of drones here. Well, I live in the boondocks out by the fucking Great Salt Lake, but, you know, but right here, my buddy who lives in Willard right there says they've been up and down the Wasatch like crazy. They're everywhere. But when drones are flying over Camp Pendleton, and Pendleton makes a statement, the Marine Corps makes a statement, says, no. I'm telling you, you fly a fucking drone over fucking Camp Pendleton, it's not only going to be shot down, you're going to fucking jail so fast under the prison. You're going to Supermax. So it's obviously they're doing it. Why? Well, my theory is they're flipping RAD-Net from dishes. And by the way, you think that's coincidence that Obama took RAD-Net off March 12th? Now, I can prove this. This is not opinion on as far as taking RAD-Net off. So Barack Obama gives that infamous speech, which is the second greatest lie in human history, on March 17th, 2011, on the White House lawn about Fukushima. What do you call it? The Japan crippled nuclear reactors. Scientists tell us the plume from this disaster is coming over us right now. Scientists tell us that the plume is safe. There's no radioactivity, no need to take precautions. It's safe. Now, you know he was flown out of the country later that day to Argentina. Family already there. With Jeffrey Melt, this usual suspects, the whole fucking nuclear energy crime syndicate fucking cult. The exact same day, leaked out by WikiLeaks, what did they do to, think about what they did to him. Fuck, they Ezra pounded him. Then some. Julian Assange didn't do anything. He's a reporter. He didn't leak that shit out. I mean, he's a reporter. Manny leaked that out. I mean, he saw the collateral, the lies of Afghanistan and Iraq or so. Now, why did we really go into Iraq? And had nothing to do with 9/11. That's for damn sure. They knew they were Saudis. Because the imperialists told him to. Wolfowitz, fucking Bremer, Scooter, Libby. I mean, who have control of this government. Sharon Mills' emails were being leaked out all over fucking the exact same day that he gave that speech. Inside the Beltway, left, right. The plume is coming over us right now. Scientists tell us it's radioactive. Do not go outside. If you've been outside, take a shower, wash your clothes, get some iodine tablets. That's called with malice in legal circles. Obama knew. The buck stops where? He knew. He never, and he says, I will keep you informed to what I know. Because the American populace, now remember, this is the guy that's going to save whistleblowers. Lily Ledbetter, who, by the way, just passed away. Look what he did, Darren Swartz. 35 years for a peaceful fucking protest, non-violent, just downloaded the server. Heyman and Ortiz, who are fucking professors at Harvard. Why would he get 35 years for a peaceful? I mean, what? Well, what do you think's on that server? You don't think that had to do with Fukushima? Why would the MIT? Because that's where all the PhDs are stored. He knew that. The self-educate guy. Look what he did to Megan Rice, an 85-year-old fucking nun. Peaceful protest at Y12. Fucking writing some scripture on his finger. Fucking tried to kill her. I mean, this is Obama, who betrayed us. The worst president in history? Absolutely. And I voted for the fucker. He had me con because I was a peace activist. So the drone situation, that's what I believe it is. Sniffers, radiation, yeah. So we have this. Now they took it off. Like, you can Google it, you know. Now we as freelancers, Bob the Old Marine did fucking great work on it. We went rogue and started posting everything all over, and you know, and radiation levels did fucking rise over North America. Have post Fukushima. It's unarguable. It's fucking thing. They took it offline. They crashed it. So do I think that's what it is? Yeah. I think they're developing a new sniffer system. The powers there be. And of course, you know, radiation detection. Yeah. Everything else detection. You know, the earth poisoning, Fukushima, what's coming off Fukushima. You don't think they know? Now I want you to think about this. Think about this. The bootlickers in Congress. Name me a politician who's even said the word Fukushima. Well, Wyden used to say it all the time. I went to Fukushima. He was head of the committees. Fucking much worse than I thought. I used to talk to him all the time. Barbara Boxer's office used to say it. They forced her out. Apparently they've classified it. Now that's what everybody tells me. Now I got emails from the Army Corps of Engineers while I'm in critical condition telling me that they classified me, Kevin Blanche. I posted them online. The Army Corps of Engineers used to be the strong guy, you know. Those. Now think about the live cams been out on the Columbia River now since 2016 when they started class, just as Kevin Blanche predicted. Now, so the drones, one, radiation sniffers. Yeah, I think so. I think they're replacing RAD-Net with drones. Why now? Is it the test, the experiment? Yeah, I think so. Twofold, right? And surveillance. Video said, I mean, Google Maps on Balco on chemo. Well, who runs the country? You don't think Google runs the country? Oh, fuck yeah, they run the country. Who are, you know, these major corporations? Corporations are people. What's the three branches of government in the United States? CIA, NSA, CFR. Now, snow job, we know that the CIA is totally out of fucking control. Absolutely out of fucking control. We know this imperialist fucking group of people have got total control of this country. Look what's going on in the Middle East. Look what's going on in Ukraine. Fucking just give me more. I mean, out of control. Beware of the military industrialized complex. Read deeper into that fucking Eisenhower's hatred for Truman. You go back to, I always go back to when Truman, you know, meeting inside of your, FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, no, Einstein, all these people, no, on the imperialist movement. And after they settle the score, it's all done, then he just happens to drop dead. Where did they find fucking Truman? Truman wasn't the vice president for all those years. Wallace was. What did Stalin say when he got to communicate? What did Churchill use to poison him? He just dropped. I mean, would the world be vastly different if he wouldn't have dropped dead? He could have held on for another. Oh, fuck yes. I mean, it's funny how these things work out for the imperialists. Pop, oh, Oppie drop. Now remember, Lewis Strauss hated fucking Oppenheimer. said don't drop it. Remember, Oppenheimer himself in 1938 said the Germans are the greatest nuclear physicists on the planet. If they want this first, they will have it first. That's Oppenheimer. When we found out the Germans absolutely did not have it in 1942, 43, baby never born, mother never pregnant, everybody fled from the Manhattan Project except Scumbag Teller and Oppenheimer. Louis Strauss fucking says don't do it. He left. Leo, who wrote the letter, not Einstein, didn't write that letter. Leo wrote that letter, rode in Teller's car out to Long Island, worked on it, and Einstein said his greatest regret. Everything Einstein said was correct, by the way. I mean, you read into Einstein, his peace activist, his anti-imperialist fucking movement, everything, fuck whatever. And yet, we grant him the smartest guy, but we don't listen to a fucking word he said. Other way to boil water. Anti-fucking nuclear, anti-nuclear energy, anti-imperialism, anti-the Middle East of Eden, all of that. Anti-imperialist, fucking Albert Einstein. Louis Strauss, who we were taught, oh, he's the bad guy. Oppenheimer was a genocidal fucking creepy mutt. Pop, floppy drop, they never stop. Got to talk to Henry before we go to Fukushima. That was leaked out the same time by WikiLeaks. That's Hillary Clinton's email when she's Secretary of State. Now, why would she talk to Henry Kissinger before she got to go for... Is Henry Kissinger a nuclear physicist? Is Henry Kissinger a nuclear biologist? Is Henry anything... I thought he wasn't even in the government anymore. He's a war criminal. So the drones sniffing radiation? No doubt in my fucking mind. Now, do I know this positively? No. But when I see that drones are flying over Camp Pendleton, I mean, I've spent half my fucking life there. It's literally made there. My nuke to death Hollywood Marine father in the Nevada Test Society. They have total control. They do whatever. Look, we have lost control of our country. Total control post 9/11. I mean, we sold our fucking soul for a little bit of security. We handed them over. And these fucking, they've cannibalized this country. They write the fucking bills, these imperialists like Bill Gates, fucking, these people, these fucking imperials write these bills. These bootlicking morons called Congress. And by the way, Trump, I think, is he going to be very different than the first thing? Well, I'm already seeing it. He said raise the debt limit. Remember when the GOP used to be fiscally responsible? I can prove this. Think about this. Let's go back to the 90s with Clinton. No inflation. 90s were a pretty peaceful, pretty happy fucking time in this country. A lot of prosperity until 9/11 happened. Well, it was actually the election in 2000, and I knew it. I could feel it in my gut. I'm like, oh, fuck, we're fucked. How did Operation Foxconn News, Roger Ailes, where's he at? Clinton goes to the GOP. Now, the lefties had control of Congress clear back from, Hoover. Hoover did not cause the Depression, but he took the fall. Remember Hoover's words on the bomb? Never in the history of mankind has any people, as any race, anybody indiscretionally mass murdered women and children until now. It revolts my soul. Herbert Hoover, April 7th, fucking 2011. The fighting was over. Yet, fucking genocidal made a fucking... who everybody fucking, who's anybody, backed out, including, Einstein, he was blackballed from the Manhattan Project from the beginning. He said he hung on a fucking Prince all the time because he thought they were going to kill him. So, these genocidal fucking maniacs, we took it back for a while. We burned our draft cards, Kissinger, Cambodia, fought back fucking until 9/11 happens. Well, until the election of 2000 happens. And then we sold our fucking souls. And remember, the tax rate was 39.6% on corporations. It was in the 60 percentile on 1%ers. In the 70s, it was 90%. And they've slowly chipped away. These bootlickers called congressmen, they're dumber than, because they're as dumb as the populace has been. They've been working for 40 years to dummy, and this is not opinion, they have dummied down the American populace through the education system. Reagan gutted that and just perpetuated it. Then they've gone to their private fucking indoctrination fucking schools, which, those are pure fucking indoctrination factories. So the drone system is obviously, it's happening. We all know it's happening. Everybody knows it. They can deny whatever. Congress can pass something else. But under the Patriot Act, they do whatever the fuck they want. We have what, the FICO card? I mean, think about that. You can have hearings. Supposedly they did in 2013. I was supposed to speak on the Hill. Forced Barbara Boxer's office. And supposedly that hearing's on Sniffing and Fukushima. But if there's no media, if a tree falls in the fucking forest and they're without the fourth fucking pillar, the fourth column, fucking we have nothing. They've hijacked, they have control of media, they have control of academia. Fukushima's the litmus test. It proves it. So the drone situation, and we'll see with Trump. I remember in the early, I lived in New York all those years. I mean, all that work I did there, you know, fuck all those years of the activists. I think about, remember when he was the registered Democrat? Now, he was president for 4 years and he was all fucked up. I mean, you think about, and he says it, well, it's different now. But Congress makes law. He tweeted this morning, that's a lefty thing, and I've said for years, Donald Trump is more like Jane Fonda than John Wayne. And by the way, you do know John Wayne was a fucking World War II draft dodger. That's a fact. Look it up. Google it. The spaghetti, that whole fucking Hollywood scene on fucking the whole spaghetti western fucking freak show. What a scam. Talk about fucking fool the American populace. They've always been fools. You know, when Hoover said that, no people know as ever indiscretion. He was wrong about that because one people had done that. The United States government. Who'd they do that to? The indigenous people. You want to talk about racism and discrimination. Try being a fucking native fucking American. I mean, I remember I used to play in the wigwams right here. I live on the edge of the Great South. It's so beautiful, and this mega welfare drug drained it off, poisoned the planet, Roundup poisoned us all. And there were these incredible structures. And I used to play in them, man. I remember telling I was a little teeny boy watching the birds, watching it so grand. I'm like, Grandma, those, they look like somebody's houses to me. They're perfect. They're beautiful. They're not like that, you know, they're made with sticks and mud and they're perfectly fucking domed around. People say, oh, they're muskrat. I've been in them. She says, they are people's houses. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I'm a little teeny boy. She says, no, when the Europeans got here, people lived here. You do know about Native Americans, you know. I like how they're still calling them Indians. They're not from India. The Bureau of Indian, well, my mom worked at the Indian school when I was a kid here in the Intermountain. I could write a whole book on that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they freaking killed them all, forced them onto the reservations, whatever. You don't know about that? And I'm real little. No. You mean to tell me we stole those people's houses, their homes, just took them? I didn't, she said. You surely didn't. I'm like, oh my God. So I knew the whole fucking Americana thing was a fucking sham from a very little boy. I knew that. And then when I learned about the fucking textile war, when I was real little, about fucking slavery in the South and who was funding that, whatever, I'm like, oh my God. You know, then when I learned about the 30s and the fucking childhood slaves in the factories of Pittsburgh and fucking what was going on with China, and then they rose up and fought back in a very violent way. I'm like, whoa. I remember being a kid out here, and these beautiful Victorian houses were all over, scattered over western Weber County. Just beautiful, incredible houses, and they were in Art Deco decay. Half of Ogden, Utah, the boom town, was in Art Deco. Buildings half falling down everywhere. We'd go party in 25th, you know, the old brewery, whatever. You'd worry about a brick falling on you. In Art Deco decay, cows roaming through some of these, and I used to think to myself, I used to play in them. They were all over, just incredible, beautiful Victorian homes that were just abandoned. They were all over. You know, Western County. I used to think to myself, what the fuck happened? What happened? And, you know, as I got older, I learned about the Depression. And that's what happened. They went broke. And the government, when it came to property taxes, that sham called property tax, you know, I'm going to be 65. They're still hammering me on property tax big time, and I'm full of cancer or whatever. Do you know during that fucking era when everybody lost their homes and everything, the government took them? Back taxes. Nobody could pay their property taxes. And so people lost their homes for everything and they just abandoned them. I mean, and I'm thinking about, oh my God, fucking this cycle, and now we're using fucking debt. Remember when so we go back to the 90s. So in 1980, there was no debt. Ray gun. The debt's starting to creep up a little bit. We had you talk about the Fed, whatever, when the Eccles Fed ran the show, whatever, Volcker raised that up, Ayn Rand that takes over the Fed. So in the 90s, Ayn Rand Greenspan's total philosophy. We'll talk about a financial terrorist, one of the greatest in history. He used to follow Ayn Rand around. He's an Ayn Rand groupie. What would they name that fucking psychotic freak? The me. Ayn Rand was out of her mind. By the way, on Public Assistance, the end of her fucking life, she was fucking insane. She was a fucking book writer, science fiction, not even a good one, and there's some kind of political philosophy. Rand Paul, fuck. And that's a senator, replacing Senator Bunning. Remember, Senator Bunning was the great fiscal responsible. That dude was a financial genius, the senator from Kentucky. Remember him, Bunning, the famous pitcher? Remember, he would just go off about the debt. So the slash the rate, inflate your way out. It's like, here's debt, here's inflation. They work like this. They say this. And remember, I taught at the #1 school business in the country. It's like this. Trump, the great inflator president. Trump fucking ran more fucking debt than any president. Well, him and Biden. Between the two of them, they ran more fucking debt than... And even Obama ran unbelievable debt with the GOP But the GOP used to be fiscally responsible. So Clinton goes to them in the 90s. He says, the debt's going from $3 trillion to $4 trillion. We got to fix this. This is out of control. So he goes to the moral majority. Now, I want you to Google, you young people, Google Dennis Hastert. He's the kingpin of the moral majority. Yeah, he's in prison. Look up for what for. Ooh, that's moral. Up is down. Whoa. So he goes to them and he says, we have to, and the GOP was really fiscal responsible in those days. They really cared about the fucking debt in the future. The only way we're going to be able to do this, we got to downsize the military. Clinton to them. GOP, can you imagine that? These GOP's like, let's do it. They did it. They closed McClellan. They were going to close Hillfield. Now Hillfield here, fucking F-35s on wings. We will pretend fly over all day, every fucking day. There's towers over there. The bleeding of fucking, beware of the military industrialized fucking complex, fucking corporations, private fucking military fucking contractors with government. By definition, fascism. Fucking, by definition. They did it. The debt fucking starts to reel down quickly. It's going to be over by 2004, 2006. Over. The budget offices, it's done, They did it. Fucking, they knocked that debt down. We had a surplus in the late fucking 90s. Then the gift that keeps on giving. Bush Gore, Bush Gore, Bush Gore, Bush Gore, Bush Gore. Remember the little window in Florida? Bush Gore. I see Olson's fucking dead. Stroked out. What a dog and pony show. Then the gift that keeps on fucking giving, 9/11. 9/11 were Saudis, all Saudis. Well, Muhammad Atta was Egyptian, but they're fucking all Saudis. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. There were 5 kids arrested out of my fucking class that day at Weber State. That day. That's an arguable fucking fact. They were Saudis. They were all fucking Saudis. So we go off to Iraq? Iraq? Why would we go to Iraq? Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. That's the third greatest lie. Colin Powell full well know that was not true. Now, I want you to think about that 22 a day, 22 a day, the death, the carnage, the fucking unbelievable fucking that caused by that lie. Colin Powell full well knew. By the way, Colin Powell died of multiple myeloma. So did fucking Rumsfeld. Wolfowitz, that fucking rat's still a fucking lie. Bremer, though, I mean, why was there no... Well, Obama was going to take care of all that, the peace activists, and he perpetuated... Who knew I was really good at killing people? Barack Obama. Oh, fuck, think about that. Well, it's betrayal. Let them eat yellow cake. Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. So, you think about when a soldier is conned, a United States Marine, fuck whatever, he's conned into this. Ask Pat Tillman, I am Pat Tillman. His old men fucking killed him. They lied about that. Waved his body around like a fucking flag. Dick Cheney and Wolfowitz and Bremer and these fucking war criminals. We're going to go after them. Kissinger's fucking freak show. Did they? So 22 a day, 22. When they commit suicide, it affects their wives. It affects their children, their brothers, their sisters, their mom, dad. I mean, the carnage is over the top of the lie of Iraq and Afghanistan. Saddam Hussein did not, and they knew that. I was in Vienna those days. Remember, fucking everybody screaming. Valerie Plame Wilson, fucking. Remember Hans Blake? I mean, I just talked to him. No, we're in there. We're inspecting shit. They ain't got shit. He ain't got shit. It was all done to destabilize the fucking Middle East. I mean, you think about it. Fucking mass murder and fucking women. Collateral. You saw that video, collateral damage? What would you do? Bradley Manning, young Manning? There's a gem, by the way. There's a true patriot. He dumped it out. You only saw him put it in there. Look what they did to him. I thought he was in the embassy. I thought that was off limit. There's no international law anymore post-Patriot Act. There's no government. There's no Congress. There's no nothing. These imperialists have control of the country, and they do whatever they want. Now, what are the drones flying around? My guess, are they detecting the Roundup poison and all of it? Now, you think about the Roundup. Bayer? Why would Bayer buy Monsanto Roundup? Now, think about this. The class action lawsuits for we're getting rid of that shit. It's poisoning everybody. It's giving everybody cancer. And think about that. The only place they file lawsuits are in states where they know that the bootlickers will go for it, like Missouri. Why wouldn't they file fucking lawsuits? You tell me nobody in California died from Roundup? There should be thousands and thousands of fucking lawsuits against fucking Roundup in these states where they know they can win. Why isn't there? Well, Bayer Monsanto got smart. Which is easier to do? Pay off the plaintiffs or pay off the attorneys? This is the problem in the country. Everybody thinks they're going to be in the club, the clique. They're going to get into the imperialist fucking show, just like what happened on the medical seal. And I could write a whole book. What they did to me, Mike Lee kicks me out Medicaid when I'm in a bone marrow transplant center after forking over $1 million of Apple and fucking Tesla stock. And nobody will treat me. That open heart surgery. Fucking twice. Fucking my fucking patient. I mean, all chemo related, no safety net. I don't know how it didn't kill me. I mean, they won't take out my gallbladder. My gallbladder's gone and it's painful as fuck. From the they won't take it out. Eruption. Almost killed me. Fuck my heart. My valves going. Go see your dentist, Michael Hawkins at Auburn Regional Center. Fucking collapse. I don't know how I got. Then they half-assed it. It's shooting down my arms. It's killing me. No, it's neuropathy. Fucking blows up. I have a harvested artery out of my leg. Well, how they've not killed me. The fucking, and these CEOs make tens and hundreds of millions of fucking. I mean, so I've always said we need an anti-imperialist, and I'll tag this. I use the ant. What's the strongest creature on Earth? Is it an ant? No, it's probably a shrimp. Boom! You ever seen a fucking shrimp crack a fucking shell? You ever seen how they do it? Now you think about that. You ever tried to crack a fucking shell of a fucking on the ocean? I've watched it. Seen them do it. You know, and then with the head and shattered open. Fuck, you're just a shrimp. Fucking ant-I. And I use the I. Well, it should be anti-capital I. I use myself as the small I. You know, it should be we from the sea. So Trump today says raise the debt limit. That's a lefty thing. You know, he claims he's a peace activist. Now, the Democrats used to be the party of peace and labor, which they're the opposite. The Democrats are the war party, the warmonger fucking party. I mean, what's gone on in pop, whoppy, drop, they never stop. Don't you cuss that parallel? Turn North Korea into a kitchen call up. Murder, rape. Fuck that scumbag, Truman. What a lowlife. Went up to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. Kissinger, Cambodia. But remember, we fought back. Hell no, we won't go. We burned our draft cards. We fucking fought back. We had a beautiful country in the fucking 70s. You know, we had art. We had culture. We had music. We raised the tax rate on the fucking billionaires into the 90s. Fucking corporations, 65%. Fucking middle class had all the power. One person working 40 hours a fucking week. You know, mom baking bread, fucking, or dad, whatever. But we had enough economic money to do it. Healthcare, your employer had to fucking, the middle class had all the power. If they didn't give you healthcare at your job, dental, all of it, you just walk down the road. They went on strike. What happened? They slowly fucking chipped away. Fucking, I did not inhale. And Rand Greenspan, cut the rate. Tax the future good to my friends. GOP flips fucking 9/11 happened. The gift that keeps on giving. Went off to fucking Iraq. Dick Cheney, Paul Wolfowitz, fucking Scooter Libber, fucking The imperialists, a big old sack, destabilized the Middle East, killed 2 million fucking women and children in the name of the fucking what? Creepy and fuck. Went after Afghanistan to kill the Tal, life, liberty, fucking firstborn to what? Give a future. Nobody from Afghanistan laid a finger on us. Nobody from fucking Iraq. They were Saudis. Oligarchs make it rain in Ukraine. That was Obama that let him in the fucking Tsar poo-poo. Now, where's he shooting? Snow job? Next to Tsar Putin. He says, I got all the way to the top and hacked into the top, and there was another top, the CIA. What's the other top? Look it up. Global oligarchs. They got control of the country. He's sent next to the global oligarch. Fucking, they could have took out Putin anytime they wanted. They don't because they're all in on it. Who's running the country? The United States, not these politicians. Not you and I. Fucking, they have total. And if this doesn't prove to you the drone situation, and here's Biden, here's any politician, here's, the military, everybody just plays stupid. Until the United States military, they're the only ones big enough, strong enough. Remember Marshall fucking and Eisenhower against Truman so radically, so strong? I look back, Eisenhower was right on that whole fucking imperialist thing. So was Marshall, so was Einstein. So was fucking Louis Strauss. But we let them cannibalize us. This is a small group of fucking oligarchs, imperialists that got control of the United States. Total control. And, they got total control. Go figure. So the drone situation, my guess, this is just an opinion of mine, I think it's probably sniffers. I think it's the United States. Well, it's the CIA, the NSA, who run the country. These global oligarchs who's putting a system together. Radiation sniffers, yeah. Add some surveillance into it. Why not? Fucking take one with the other. And they're flying them over Sinonophri, Camp Pendleton. Well, what's the Sinonophri? They had a radiation leak there. You didn't know that was Kevin Blanche. I'm the guy that leaked all that out in June of 2012. Just a steam malfunction. They opened the vent and irradiated the fucking place. Look it up. Just a level 3. Now, who sets a scale on nuclear disasters from 1 to 7? Fukushima was just a 7. Chernobyl was just 7. Now, think about that. Everybody knows 1 to 10. Why would they? That's malice from exception. They're trying to fool you, deceive you. They got control. Pop, whoppy, drop. They never stopped. Fucking the Middle East to fucking Eden. If that doesn't prove to you what's going on there, fuck, that's not a war. That's fucking beyond fucking evil. Beyond evil. And it's all perpetuated by the United States taxpayers. What they've done to us, fucking American technology, military, fucking industrial war pigs belong. Russia and Ukraine. You know how many fucking men have been lost in that fucking bloodbath? Why? We'll see if Trump fucking can settle these two scores. He claims to be a peace activist. I'm telling you, Trump's getting older. Going to go back to his old fucking rhetoric. Well, does he really run the show? We'll see if he gets schooled up. But he just said raise the debt limit. Look, that's one of the most old school GOP things there. He ran as a Republican. Well, remember, he used to be a Democrat. We'll see how he fucking handles the war situation, because we've seen how Biden did it. Fuck, what a war pig. Fuck, we've seen how fucking a bummer dumber did. Oh, what a war pig. And he's got a Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize should go to Kevin Blanche for his typo work alone. Fukushima. So I think that's what the drones are. Stock market makes all these are degenerate fuckers who fucking not gonna happen, could happen, fucking destroyed this country. Really out of control fucking debt, poison planet, fucking Bayer Monsanto fucking Roundup, mix it up with some plutonium from Fukushima, when they can cover up fucking 4 full blown out fucking nuclear meltdowns. Think about that. Fucking on Balco. So staying tuned. That's what I think. And when I see him flying over Sinonophri and the United States, Camp Pendleton, and the United States Marine says, no worries. Well, there you have it. You're not going to let just anybody fly a fucking drone over Sinonophri. Yeah. Oh, fuck, hell no. Stay tuned.